All right. Good morning. Good morning. So, I'm doing a reflection. So, I'm doing a reflection stream here. It's early in the morning, and I got to run out here real quick. And the landscapers came, and they did such a good job. Uh, Look at the lettuce. Anyway, so I'm in the garden. I'm gonna have a busy day. I got to do a pickup. So everything that's been got to pick up tea party and other things. Other people had events this weekend. So I'm about to go with my husband and pick up uh, some of the party stuff. Anyway, so I'm gonna get out here and water this garden. I gotta. Hey, good morning. Good morning, Miss Queen Sunkiss. So y'all, I'm doing a reflection. I've taken a couple of days. I wanted to think about this before. I wanted to think about this before, for myself, period. Can you hear me okay, Queen? It's earplugs. It seems like it's muffled to me. Can you hear me okay? But I wanted to think about it. Let me try to adjust it. It's okay. All right, cool. It just feels weird. But I wanted to think about it myself. It's self-reflection. Because everything is about growth and development. At least it should be. And um, this shit happened, and it kind of surprised me. So I was like, "Ooh, what's that? That monster ain't went nowhere. That monster ain't went nowhere." I'm getting older, so I would think that my monster had left and went away. That monster ain't went nowhere, baby. It was shocking to me. So I tell y'all the story, the situation. First, I'll start with this. I have this friend. She also has a rental company, and she has an event space. She got an event space about 2, 3 years ago, but she was notorious. When people rent things, you get a deposit. A significant amount of money to guarantee that they will take care of that thing. Um, you secure things with a credit card, and people have held the deposit so they can keep it if they see something has gone wrong, broken, damaged, or otherwise. That's common, right? Hotels do that now. A lot of nice hotels they keep a deposit, and they'll charge you if something's missing or whatever, whatever. And so what's common in my business is when you don't have something or you need something, equipment or whatever, you rent it and then you may rent it to someone else or you rent it for your own usage, right? That's not uncommon. So my buddy, my friend, I'm just speaking on her first. One of the things that she was notorious for, she would call me and tell me these wild stories about how she had to call the police on people or something happened and she had to stand down with the customer and da da da. And I used to tell her, I'd be like, girl, you about to, you need to be careful because sometimes, she had this really strict long contract and policies that will almost always result somehow, some way in keeping people's deposits. I'll give you one example. If we pull up to deliver your stuff and we come and knock on your door, you have 10, 15 minutes to come to the door because sometimes people be running around shopping, they overtime, and they're like, oh, just give me 30 minutes. She had in her contract that if she comes to deliver and within 10 minutes after ringing your doorbell, you don't show up or you're not present, your deposit is taken, kept, and you are in violation of the contract and you're not getting a second delivery. So that means if you rented a whole bunch of stuff for the party that you having that day and you happen to be down the street and them 10 minutes is up, she cranking her truck up, she's leaving or her driver's leaving, and you lost your deposit and you ain't getting no delivery. Just do stuff like that. And I'll be like, girl, you gonna mess around? These people gonna hurt you. But at that time, she had a business, and we talking about significant deposits, $500, $700. You know that'll make somebody fucking nuts. Not only they not getting their stuff, you don't throw a contract in their face that they probably ain't even read or heard of, that they signed digitally, and you tell them you ain't delivering, and they broke the contract, and you keeping their money, their deposit. Girl, you gonna have somebody break your neck. Now at that time, she was, I'm not gonna say lucky, but she was in a situation where nobody could find her. When you have a delivery based business and you don't give people your warehouse address, you know, you can get away with some shit like that. But the day that she was like, I'm about to open up an event center too. I'm gonna expand. She's doing very well for herself. Very well. I told her that day when she said, I'm about to open up a center. I said, you know that stuff you've been doing with these customers, where you be keeping their deposits and you be tricking them with them contracts. I'm not, she would, I'm not tricking nobody. That's what it said. I said, I know, but you know, like I know how that's gonna make people feel because they ain't read it. I was like, girl, you better change your policies or you better start being a lot more out front with it. I said, because if you get a center, you got an event center, them motherfuckers gonna find out that you got a center and they gonna come get your ass. They gonna be in the parking lot waiting on you. They gonna sneak attack your ass. They gonna get some get back. Be careful now. Be careful. Once you got a location, I don't do no shady business. But I definitely feel like she was. And I told her, so they gonna fuck around and break your neck. They gonna take it out on your building. And she actually bought the building. Her family bought the building. So this ain't that like the landlord. The landlord, this is commercial real estate. It ain't like this landlord, that's gonna take this slack up if somebody break all your damn windows at your event center. I told her, I said, girl, I'm so serious. Do not play with people and their money, they deposit. And I was serious and sincere because I'm thinking in my mind what I'm gonna do to you if it was me. That's where I'm really coming from. So long story short, the other day, this past week, I rented something and it had a deposit, a significant deposit on it. And when you get done, like when you first rent something, they'll write down, you know, they go that damn squirrel. Look at him over there eating my blueberries. I saw him. He just climbed my bush and ate my blueberry. Oh my God. That's him over there. I'll show y'all him later. He climbing, y'all see him climbing the fence. That's him. He's the resident squirrel. That's him. Y'all see him right there. He right there. Right there. Anyway, when I came out here, he took off running. I'm gonna show y'all where he done put the nuts in the garden in my herb bed. But anyway, so this is my situation. This is my situation. I ain't got long because I gotta go to this garden before this sun come. Y'all see him climbing up there? This fat son, that's a fat squirrel. He be playing in my garden all day. He think that's his garden. But anyway, um, I tolerate it. Anyway, so I rented something, and you know how when you do a pre-inspection, they write down the little stuff that might be going on with the equipment. It's a nick here, it's a discoloration, a dent there, that type of stuff. They write that down. So you got a pre-inspection. I did the pre-inspection with someone else. When I came and returned the item that I was leasing, I'm doing the post inspection with somebody different. This person doing the post inspection is trying intentionally to misread what the person wrote who did the pre inspection. Because this item, this equipment, was not perfect when they gave it to me. But they're choosing line by line to say, no, that's new. That's not what this meant. What they wrote down, that's not this. That's on this side, not that side. This is new damage. And they were just going systematically down the line, trying to, you can see it in plain English. This person wrote down, but they're choosing to misinterpret what was written down about the item showing the imperfections before I leased it. And now that I'm returning it, this different person is trying intentionally to keep my deposit. Oh well, I have to charge for that. Listen, listen. I work hard for my money. I don't play them kind of games. They'll tell you all the time, don't play with niggas and their money. Okay? I might be from the burbs. I might be a lot of shit. I hate streets, but a bitch will go ghetto. Okay. So y'all, I'm a new person. I'm not who I used to be. Okay. I'm not who I used to be. And the monster snuck up on me. The monster fucking snuck up on me. I was standing there and I was very reasonable. I was very measured in my speaking. I don't know if my voice, my tone, I don't know if I was fucking growling. I don't know what I did. But in that conversation, when I actually recognized this person, their goal was to misinterpret the information so they could keep my money. Who is this jackass? Hey, good morning. Good morning. And so that's what sometimes people do. Like my friend, that's why I brought her up. She's setting you up so that she can keep your deposit. And I saw this shit going left. And I was very measured. I was like, no, you're misinterpreting. No, let's read this again. And I'm getting very logical and very measured when I'm talking to this person. And both of them were women. The woman who leased me, the pre, she was a woman. The person who's checking me out and I turn the item is a woman. Two different people. She's misinterpreting on purpose so she can have a way to keep my significant deposit. And I am starting to boil. Y'all hear me? I'm starting to boil. What's up, Cynical? I'm starting to boil. And what happens to me, I'm just being honest with you. I got a serious anger problem. I got a serious anger problem. And over the years, I have learned to monitor myself. And I'm a nice person, y'all. I swear I'm a nice person. I'm only 5'2". If you saw me, you'd be like, this bitch ain't shit. She ain't gonna do shit. But y'all, I got this monster in me. I got this little monster in me. And apparently it's a beast, okay? It's a serious beast. Maybe call it Napoleon complex, call it whatever you want. I'm sure I can't get sodas at the grocery store by myself. My husband always got to reach over me and hand me plates in my own fucking house. I'm short. I got a stair stool in my house. Okay, I'm short. I ain't much. I'm chunky, but I'm short. Y'all, that ain't got shit to do with it. You know how little dogs they go crazy. I'm like, damn, I'm a little dog, but I think I'm a whole elephant when I get mad. so, so what happened, y'all? Hey, good morning, y'all. Hey, cynical. Hey, guys. So what happened to me is I'm talking to the woman and I'm looking now and I've been reflecting on like what did I do? Like how I never beat her ass, y'all. So let me just say that. That's not gonna be the grand finale. I didn't beat the woman's ass. I did not do it. I ain't touch her. Let me say that now. Let me say that now. But what happened was as I'm talking to her, my training kicked in. I literally had court ordered what do you call it? I had court order anger management classes that I had to take because I had learned, I had in my early 20s. I think it's my early to mid 20s. I had so many incidents of letting the monster out, pimp slapping and attacking people that I literally had to go to court order. The judge was like, "Ma'am, you got a problem. You got a problem. You're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go get some help." He could see a pattern developing. That's the shit I got in trouble for. That ain't the shit that actually happened. I got a whole lot more that used to, I mean, I swear. When I used to get mad, somebody say something I don't like, my first instinct, reach out, pimp slap a hoe. That's it. And walk off, be done with it. That was my natural first thought. I'm gonna hit you, and that's it. That's how white girls be doing. They just walk around slapping people. You get made to slap them, but I would pimp slap people, pimp slap, punch, whatever, and be done with it. I don't even want to fight. I don't want to stand around and argue about it. I'm gonna just beat your ass and then walk away. Bop, 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 and done. And I've done that to men and women, so I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's only females. I whip a lot of women ass, but I don't even call it whipping ass. Just in a quick attack and be done. And yeah, so I had to go to court order. I'm not proud of that, but I feel like I'm an overcomer. Like I overcame, you know. I feel like I'm a new person. And y'all, I'm in my mid 40s, and so I thought the monster was gone. I thought the monster was gone. I was like, yeah, we didn't, avoided situations. Well, over the years, things have happened. Things have happened over the years where I said, "Ooh, that monster might show up. Let me walk away." That's what I was taught in uh in in my anger management class. I took that shit serious, man. 'Cause people will shoot your ass, you know. I took that shit serious. Stand your ground. Yeah, I took that shit serious. I was like, yeah, 'cause I might just think I'm a bop somebody. They'll turn around and shoot my ass. So, that's in my mid 20s. So in my 30s, I got through my 30s without, doing nothing. I had a couple of incidents where I wanted to. And what did the man say? He said, just run away. He said, you literally, when you start feeling that, he taught me self awareness. When you start feeling the symptoms that your monster's coming, just go ahead and take off running. Literally take off running. And so what happened is I'm talking to this woman, I'm thinking, "Oh, I got it." I started feeling the little symptoms. I was like, no, man, you got it. Just push it down. You got it. I started feeling all the little symptoms coming. My hands started, tingling. And then my body temperature went up. And I was like, no, I got it. I got it. I got it. And then, I felt my heart rate going up. I know, y'all, my eyeballs, I have very big eyeballs. So what I think happened is my eyeballs got really big right at that tipping point. That's what I think happened. Because I have to show y'all how my eyeballs get. I look normal, but if I get excited, my eyeballs get like popping, like huge. I think my eyeballs was popping. I think that's what happened. I think she was looking down at the paper, and when she looked me in my face, she saw the monster. And the look she had on her face when she looked up at me, we're both looking at the clipboard, and we're talking, and I'm talking, and I'm looking at her. And I think when she looked up, she saw the monster, and she stepped back from me. It was the look I had on my face, and I think it was the tone. I don't know if I was growling or my voice was very deep. I'm not sure what body language, but that's what I'm guessing. I think it was the eyes popping. I might have been growling a little bit while I was talking. My tone had changed. My body. She saw the whole monster when she looked up from that clipboard. And when she looked at me like that, I knew it. I said, the monster's here. The monster's here. And when she looked up at me with that shock, it went straight to my neck. That's how I know the monster's here. It went straight to my neck. When she looked up and stepped back, the monster had got here, y'all. There's this, I'm holding my neck right now. There's this heat that comes to my throat. And that's it. It's a wrap for me after that. The heat hit right then. When she stepped back from me, the heat hit. It's like a huge volcano that's coming at my throat. And I just, at that moment, I turned around and I did what I was trained to do, run away. I left. I went outside. I came back. I had to go outside and cool off. I realized the monster showed up. It snuck up on my ass, y'all. Because when she stepped back like that, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Because I was already mad. And when she stepped back and she was looking at me crazy, my first instinct, I was like 2 seconds. I was like, I want to hit her so bad. I didn't even think about it. It was an instinct. I wanted to lunge forward. I just wanted to lunge forward and choke the shit out of her. I mean, it's not even something I think about, and that's the problem. I don't think it's an instinct. Y'all know what an instinct, like you blink your eye, you just do it. But when she did that, it's a good thing that she looked up at me and she saw the way I was looking, and I think that's what it was. Because I don't know what else would make her back up like that. We've been standing there arguing about the clipboard, and I just kind of was standing there, and I was looking at her at that point. I wasn't looking at the clipboard, and that look I had in my eyes, she could see the monster. She was like, this bitch is about to explode." She stepped back, literally. She could feel it coming. And I was like, uh-oh, uh-oh. And all of that together, I was right there. I was right there. My monster ain't went nowhere, y'all. So what I did is what I'm trying to do. Immediately get out of the person's space. Immediately. You got a nanosecond, goddamn it. Literally. You literally I didn't design myself this way. I have literally a nanosecond. And when she looked at me like that and I felt the instinct and the heat on my neck all at the same time, that was attack mode. I took off out the door. I didn't even say nothing. I didn't say I'll be back. Ma'am, I'm coming. I was like, bitch, get out now before it goes down. Get out now before it goes down. And my husband, he was in the vicinity. And when he saw me standing outside staring, just looking crazy, he came out the car. He said, let me take care of it. And he went and he talked to her and he did all that stuff. And then he came and he got me. He was like, man, just calm down. He said, I can tell you're going through something. I was like, yep, I am. He talked to me about it later. But I'm laughing, but y'all, that shit is serious. That is serious. And I didn't design myself that way. I swear I didn't, you know? I don't even feel like it's a choice. I think my response is a choice. But being designed to the point where you get mad and you literally don't, your instinct is to attack. I mean, I'm such an animal in that way. And it doesn't make sense. As small as I am, I mean, if somebody could pick me up and throw me around and kick my ass real good, it doesn't seem to matter, you know. And I said that before. When I was in India, I got in 5 attacks. Well, I attacked 5 people when I was in India. I felt like I was defending myself. And it was all men, no women. All men. But, you know, people grab my luggage or something like that, and I say, let my luggage go. You don't let my luggage go, it's an attack, you know. So it's not like I walk around just be like, you know, starting shit with people. People are aggressing me. But that's my first instinct when someone's aggressive towards me or they're doing something that is offensive or unfair. I go in attack mode. So my point is, when I came back in, I could tell, you know, my husband was present and he was talking and handling stuff. But I could tell that woman was scared of me. I could tell. I didn't say a word. She knows I left because I was right there. She could tell. She could tell. She's like, that lady had to go outside because she was about to either do something, explode. She knew that was a self control mechanism. I have self control now. I have self control. But I do know that when I get to that place, when I get to that heat on my neck, it's time for me to get the whole fuck out of the area. Like I gotta escape immediately. I got a nanosecond. I'm a ticking time bomb. So I was like, damn, I've been reflective on that. I'm like, I thought I was better than that. I thought I had outgrown that shit. I'm in my mid 40s and I literally about to snatch this bitch. I had to run, y'all. I had to run from my monster. And she saw my monster. She don't even know me, and she saw the monster. So that's how I know the shit's real. She don't even know me, and she saw the monster. She looked at my face and my whole energy, and she was like, "This bitch is a fucking monster." Anyway, oh, okay, yes, that's the question. Yes, that's the question. Yes, honey, I got my money back. I got all my money back. I got all my deposit back. Yes, thank you. That is the point. Yes, and I would like to thank my husband because if it was up to me, I don't know. Ah. But anyway, y'all. And what is the lesson? What is the lesson? I would say 2 things. Know thyself. Know who you the fuck are, okay? It's important to know yourself. Don't be in denial. Don't be in shame. Don't try to pretend away your reality. You are who you fuck you are, okay? Know yourself. And you would think, you know, time and age would change shit a whole lot. The nature of people does not change. That's the second thought. People's nature does not change. Let me say that again. People's nature does not change. It just doesn't. It doesn't. I've been like this since I was young, you know, and you can read it away. You can take classes for anything you got going on. You can try to condition yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can do all, you can intellectualize it. You can get your 12-step program, but the nature of a person does not change. It may hide, you know, it may cover itself up, it might retreat under the surface, but the nature is there. So I'm doing the stream to say my monster, my little monster, I'm on alert in high intensity spaces and places and situations Cause my little monster ain't went nowhere. Okay, that little hand can pimp slap at any time if the situation is right. Okay, it will reach out and slap a hoe. It ain't changed that much. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. I'm just gonna go water this garden. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And let me show y'all the elephant ears. Oh, they're so pretty. They're so big. They're huge. All right, y'all. Let me go and water this garden. Y'all have a great day. Ashe.